Hello and welcome to the third of 3 tutorials on VISTAS. In this tutorial, I will explain how to generate and export fly-throughs for 3D visualizations. We will be starting right where we left off in the last tutorial. A fly-through is an animation through a 3D scene where the camera moves along a set of specified keyframe positions. There are 2 ways to generate a fly-through in VISTAS. You can click the Generate Fly-Through button, which allows you to choose which scene to create a fly-through for, or you can right-click on a scene in the project tree and select Add Fly-Through. This opens the Fly-Through animation window, which consists of the fly-through canvas, the keyframe timeline, 3 camera controls, a set of playback controls, and text controls for the animation frame rate and length. In the fly-through canvas, you can manipulate the scene just as you would in the viewers in the main window. Additionally, by right-clicking on the canvas and highlighting Camera Controls, you can select 2 types of camera interaction: the standard sphere interactor, which you are already used to, and the free look interactor. The free look interactor anchors the camera to its current position and allows you to look around from your point of view. The free look interactor provides a way of positioning the camera's viewer in an exact position useful for fly-through animations. Additionally, you may use the keys W, A, S, and D to pan the camera forward, left, right, and back respectively. The Auto Keyframe option allows you to automatically mark the current position as a keyframe on the timeline whenever you interact with the canvas. Adding keyframes allows VISTAS to interpolate the positions between keyframes, which means you only have to specify a few keyframes to obtain a usable fly-through. Alternatively, you can use the Record Keyframe button at the bottom left of the window to add a keyframe to your animation. Another way to interact with the canvas is to use the blue draggable controls, which represent the exact position, focus, and orientation VISTAS uses to calculate the camera's position. By clicking and dragging left or right on any of these controls, you can provide precise camera angles to each of your keyframes. The timeline specifies the amount of time between each keyframe, and each point on the timeline represents a single frame in the animation. The number of frames is equal to the frames per second times the length, which can be changed by editing the respective fields in the bottom right of the window. Keyframes are marked blue on the timeline, while the current position of the animation is marked black. To move keyframes on the timeline, you can click and drag the keyframe to the desired point on the timeline. To change the point of the animation being rendered, click and drag the playhead along the timeline to see the animation being played through. To delete a keyframe, simply right-click on the keyframe and select Delete Keyframe, or left-click on the keyframe and press the Delete key. Once you have specified your desired keyframes, press the Reset Fly-Through button and then click Play to watch your fly-through from the beginning. When you feel your fly-through is complete, you can close the window. You will see that the fly-through has been added under the scene you specified in the project tree. Now that your fly-through is ready, you can export it in the Export Animation window. Open the window by clicking Export and selecting Export. If this scene is not already displayed, add the scene. Now, right-click on the scene you created the fly-through for, select Set Fly-Through, and then select the fly-through you created. When you are finished editing the animation canvas, click Export. The length of the fly-through will be stretched to the length of the exported animation you provide in the next window. After you have specified the location on your computer to save the fly-through, click Save or OK, and the process will begin. When it is completed, you can go and view the fly-through in the video or individual frames that you created. That's all there is to it. This concludes the VISTAS tutorial series. Thanks for watching.